You want to know how to write songs? I can teach you!
Disclaimer, this video might not actually be helpful in teaching you how to songwrite. I'm literally a 16-year-old girl who makes music in her room, and who has a dream. Even if this video is kind of a mess, I hope it at least motivates somebody to songwrite, or just inspires someone. I just wanted to make this video because I write songs and I feel like I might be able to offer some helpful tips. So yeah, I hope you enjoy the video nonetheless.
This video is gonna contain a lot of talking, which is probably going to be boring, so here's the table of contents.
Alright, so we're gonna be starting off this video by talking about my own experience. Gonna get all up close and personal here. And then we're gonna actually get into the tutorial, where we're gonna be covering all of these topics: the subject, the title, instruments and chords, melody and lyrics, which is probably what most of you are here for, rhymes, song structure and rhyme structure, and final touch-ups. So after the tutorial, we're going to be talking about tips / things to keep in mind. Trust me, you want to stay for this, it's important. And finally, last resorts, aka if all else fails.
Okay, so my experience songwriting. You know, if you ever tried to write a song and then you failed, you probably know how frustrating that is, and I've been there before, so don't think that songwriters are just some amazing poets who were born with the talent of songwriting and they can whip up a hit song in 2 seconds, cause no. Alright, so here's my story. When I was like 11, that's when I really decided that I really wanted to become a singer. I have been singing my whole life, but I was never really confident about it, and I honestly thought I was terrible. But when I was 11, I don't know what it was, just clicked, and I was like, I want to be a singer! So, me thinking of that, if I'm gonna be a singer, I'm gonna have to release my own songs, which means that I'm gonna have to be able to songwrite. So I tried, and it was not good. I think I wrote like 2 songs, and then I hated them, so then I just deleted them, and I never tried to songwrite again. Fast forward 2 or 3 years, I'm 14 years old, and I go through a breakup, which I think is borderline traumatizing, even though people have probably been through way worse. As I was going through the grieving stage and I was like, I'm so sad, I miss him, blah blah blah, I decided that was it. I'm going to try to songwrite again, and I was able to. It was literally like a sign from Jesus. He literally gave me the gift of songwriting. It was like a curse. I don't even know how it happened. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that you have to go through a traumatizing event or breakup or whatever the heck to write songs. I'm saying that you do not give up on the first try. That is so stupid, and I don't know why I did that. In case you're wondering, the first 20 songs were about that guy. He was a bit of a bastard. We're friends now though, so it's fine. Yeah, that is basically my songwriting experience. Ever since that, I've been able to just do it. Obviously, it's not always been easy. There's days where you can't, and then there's days where you feel like your inspiration is through the roof and you can do it very fast, which is what I'm going to be talking about more in the video, so stay tuned. So yeah, that's my experience songwriting, I guess. Apparently people struggle with that. I'm just kidding, I've struggled with that as well. Most people write songs about their feelings, but people can also write in character. Like, for example, people might watch a movie and decide that they want to write a song from one of the characters' perspectives. I personally write songs about how I feel and just stuff that I'm going through, which is why like 80% of my songs are about my exes. Even if your life may seem boring, you might have something in the back of your mind that you want to express. That's literally the best thing about music. You can turn pain into art, so it's not just sitting there being like a huge nuisance. It's great. If all else fails, just write a song about love. That's what I do. That's boring. All songs are about love. If you're watching this video, you're probably a beginner. You don't need to be all fancy at the beginning. Remember, this is my tutorial, which means that I'm teaching you how I songwrite. The reason why I'm saying that is because I don't really see anybody else come up with the title before most of the other steps. I don't know why I do this, but I got in the habit of it. I literally have an entire list of just titles that I've just come up with in my mind over time. Sometimes the title is just like a metaphor for whatever subject I chose it to be about, or just a title that I thought sounded nice. I don't do this with every song, but most songs, yeah. This step is completely optional. You don't have to play an instrument to write a song. I would recommend it though. I wrote my first song on a ukulele, which sounds cliche, but it's true. This is my baritone ukulele. It's the 4 bottom strings of a guitar. So basically it's a guitar for noobs. Most people, especially people my age, they write songs on ukuleles because it's literally the easiest instrument ever. Because you are a beginner, I assume, all you need is 4 chords. That's basically the song structure for most songs these days. That's just one example. If you don't know what chords to do, I recommend this website. I have the app, but it's a website. This is not sponsored, by the way. It's called Chordify. You can get the chords to any song. What I do is, if I really like a song, I sometimes use their chords. And before you come at me and you're just like, oh no, that's plagiarism, you do realize that one chord progression is probably been used for thousands of songs. It's just the production and just the song itself that you don't notice. All you need is 4 chords. And you can start writing your song. Most songwriters say that they come up with the melody first and then they come up with the lyrics. That doesn't really work for me, and I actually do them at the same time. Once again, it's just the way that I songwrite. Whatever works for you is just whatever works for you. Generally, the way that most people do this is that they just play the chords and then they come up with whatever they can. The hardest part about writing a song, in my opinion, is starting. When you're writing a song, take your time. Don't rush anything. If you come up with a line, make sure that you're happy with it. Starting a song, you can start from the beginning of the song, the intro or the first verse, whatever you start with, or you can start from wherever. Like, I'd say the best option is either from the beginning of the song or the chorus. Also, the chorus is probably the most important part of the song. Are your lyrics cringy? You want to know the ultimate secret for cringy lyrics and how to fix it? Change the melody! I know it sounds dumb, but hear me out. I'm going to blow your mind. Well, probably not, but I'm going to read you lyrics to a song that you already know. I Will Always Love You. So here's the chorus without me singing it. And I will always love you. 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 I'm making a video! You see, it's cringy because I didn't sing it. The only reason why this song is famous is because of its iconic melody. If I made up a new melody to that song with the same lyrics, it would probably be really terrible. I would recommend making the melody more dramatic, and it most likely will fix it. That's just an alternative if you can't think of any other lyrics, because if your lyrics are cringy, change them. Okay, let's talk about rhymes. In order to make rhymes for a song, you have to pay attention to the vowels. The good thing about this is that E, I, and Y usually sound the exact same, even if the word is completely not spelt the same. Like, for example, fly and pie. The rhyme here is the I noise that it makes. Those two words do not share a single letter in common, yet they rhyme because of the vowel. That's the whole thing with half rhymes. It's not nose and toes, where it's just one letter that's different. You don't go through a dictionary and just look for your word with the different, I don't know, letter at the beginning. If you really are having troubles with a rhyme, you can just look it up. Rhyme Zone, is it called? Which is a website that I use quite often for rhymes. You can also choose the rhyme structure. That can go by like 1 1 2 2 or 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 1. Basically, I'm an English teacher right now. Speaking of structures, there's also the song structure. There's quite a lot of options for this. There is intro, verse 1, pre-chorus, chorus, verse 2, pre-chorus, chorus, bridge, chorus. But this is your song. You can choose whatever you want to do. You can choose whether you want an intro or want a pre-chorus. Like, a lot of songs don't have pre-choruses. You can also choose if you want to just start singing at the very beginning of the song, or do you want like an instrumental intro. The bridge is another thing. The bridges of some songs are just sometimes the chorus sang in a very different manner, or an instrumental, or you can completely make up a new one. Also, the amount of lines in a song is up to you. It's usually 4 lines for the verses, and then 2 lines for the pre-chorus. But like I said, that is completely up to you. You don't have to write a lot of complicated lyrics to write a song. You want to know something that you might have never thought of? So you know the song Hallelujah, right? The chorus is Hallelujah repeated 4 times, and that's it. And it's like the most famous song in human history. Isn't that crazy? Consider synonyms. If a song is really repetitive, you can just look up synonyms for that word, see if it fits in your song. If you really want to express something but you can't find a rhyme for the certain words, then looking up synonyms is like a good idea. Slight changes to the melody you can also do just to spice things up, you know? Like in the chorus, you can make it more dramatic, once again to make the lyrics less cringy. Keep your expectations low. Songwriting is a skill, and it's not an easy one either. It's going to be frustrating, so be patient. Nobody is born with talent. And before all you crazy parents come at me and it's like, my kid can play piano very well. Well, yeah, it's because you forced them into piano lessons, idiot. So if you only started songwriting, you have to build that skill. You have to keep that in mind, or else nothing will work. There's no right or wrong way to write a song. This tutorial was just me explaining how I do it, and you do not have to do it my way at all. You find whatever works for you, just like I found what's worked for me. And I still am finding it. Like, I'm only 16. My ability to write music is going to change as I grow older. Writing songs and being stressed out is completely normal. This happens to all songwriters. It doesn't matter if they've had 20 years of experience. It's like art. Like, say you're a painter. You will have failed paintings, but does that mean you're a bad artist? Like, no. It's a mistake. And that is completely normal, so don't feel discouraged if it doesn't work out. Especially at first. You can try to rewrite lyrics to a song that you already know. Of course, it won't be your original song technically, but it's good practice. Now that is the tutorial. You can subscribe if you want, or stream my songs. Oh, I forgot to mention. I have a song coming out on January 18th called Chronic Love, and I had that title in mind as an idea for a song about somebody that you've loved for a really long time, because that's what chronic means. Like, a chronic illness means persisting for 2 or more years. So I thought, hey, if I write a song called Chronic Love, it could symbolize a long period of loving someone. And I finally actually wrote the song after I got rejected by somebody that I liked for a really long time. That's just one example of my own experience, I guess. I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe it was helpful? If it's helpful, let me know, please, because I'd really like to know if I actually was able to help someone or motivate somebody. I'm a category 15 earthquake right now in the head.